Okay, good morning. Today is, I'm not even sure what day it is. Big Al. It's March something. I'm at dialysis. Showing what's the thing in my chest. Anyway, I'm going to title this Been Through Hell 666 Big Al. Anyway, here's what's going on. I've been at dialysis for about 4.5 years now. And anyhow, the other morning I got up to go to dialysis. It was on a Friday. And I took a hot bath and a shower, all cleaned up. I went to put on my sweatshirt. When I put on my sweatshirt, I noticed immediately my shirt was saturated, my shoulder with blood. And I went in the bathroom and squirting blood everywhere. So we have an Alexa, which has a timer on it. So I said, wake me up in 10 minutes. So I tried to hold my blood. It was squirting through my fingers, like a hose. It was squirting, so I tried to dial 911. I dialed 911, and it said, busy. Oh, it was a busy signal. So I started to rush towards the kitchen, and I realized that phone was still working, so I had to go back in the bathroom. So I'd be able to, if I had to call from the kitchen, I'd have been able to, because we had other phones and my cell phone out there in the kitchen. Anyway, I knew I was in trouble, but I opened the front door and just in case ambulance came. I knew I had to get a hold of somebody. So I called 911 again. I think might have been on my cell phone. And they said, leave one for Spanish so something screwed up there, so I panicked, tried it again. And please leave your name and number for 911. So then I found, and I was squirting blood all over the table, all over the kitchen. It took 3.5 hours to clean the bathroom alone for Kathy, and all day for the dining room. And I mean, it was absolutely. She said it looked like a chainsaw massacre. It was horrible, and I think I lost a third of my weight in blood. I think it was over 3, close to 4 units. So anyway, so I called the operator. Operator, I need emergency, quick, an ambulance, quick. She goes, okay, now relax. Okay, relax. Anyhow, it's squirting blood all over the windows, all over the liver, I mean, horrible. So anyway, she wanted to know where I lived, and I said, Manchester. And that's where it's been. We've been there 20 years, although now it's New Franklin. But anyway, she said, well, there's no Manchester, Ohio. And I went, oh, Center Road, New Franklin. So she called the paramedics there. And when she got a hold of him, I could hear him. I went, my address. I kept saying my address. She goes, now, don't talk now. Let me tell you. So anyway, I knew I was dying. Last thing I thought of was my wife. I thought she's going to come home and find me here dead. So anyway, I sat down in the chair, and I think I was passed out or near passed out, and I heard a knock on the door. It was a paramedic. So anyway, I think they startled me. I fell on the floor, and that's how I did these. I hit my head on the floor. Anyhow, and I was worried about my dogs. All I know is I had lost so much blood the whole time in the ambulance. I had enough energy to open my eye once and just look. And then when I got to the hospital, it took 2 quarts of blood, 2 units of blood before I could even open my eye to see who was there. And that's just the beginning of hell. That is the beginning of hell. I'm lucky to be alive. But now I'm going to get one of those things that I fall down and I can't get up, because, man, that was something else. So I'm going to call this, should I call it phase 1? You know, I think I'll talk, it's only been 5 minutes, so I'm going to go phase 2. Phase 2 is since I didn't have enough blood to pump, my heart was overworking, I had a heart attack. So, and I didn't know it. I mean, they asked me, anyway, they were checking me that night, and the girl comes over and she put all them buttons on your chest and all that. And next thing I know, there was 8 people in front of me panicking because I was having a heart attack. Well, they said, are you short on breath? And I said, not at all. I felt great. Everything, I couldn't believe I was having a heart attack. But anyway, they did surgery. And when they did that, recently I went to the hospital for my shoulder and arm has been painful. Well, during that surgery, I was in horrible pain. And I had to stay awake during that. But I wasn't supposed to move my arm, and my arm and shoulder were the pain level. And I've had pain before. I'm familiar with it. There's 3 things I remember in my life: 6-way bypass heart attack, when I had all my teeth pulled, and my face was black. They had big trouble. So those 3 things, the pain was misery, and every minute seemed like an hour. So that's phase 2. Well, we're up to 6:41. I might as well tell you phase 3. The second night, I'm in my room, and I start squirting blood. I start shooting blood again. So they came in, they did sort of a surgery right there, and the guy even told me that was one of the hardest times they had getting it stopped. So I'm bleeding again. They finally got it, and they said, well, you know, you're not allowed to have the anesthesia, so it's going to hurt, or little anesthesia, because I lost all that blood. So it was not very fun. So anyway, but I remember the next day I was still in pain, but they did surgery again, the main surgery, and shut everything off because they had to go through my chest again. And that was a pain in the butt. But after they did that surgery, it didn't hurt, this didn't hurt. So that's the good news. Oh boy, and I met some wonderful angel people, and I met some young people that really don't want to be what they're doing. And so it's only 8 minutes. I'll make it brief. Older people who have experience, a lot of them have the compassion for patients. Where I was a nightmare. They come in, they say, move this way, move that way. And they don't say, can I get you a blanket? They just walk out. I couldn't wait to get out of that section of the building. Started off, this nurse and I didn't hit it off because she said, are you able to walk? And I knew I was because I could walk. She goes, well, that's what they all say. And I said, ma'am, anyway, I'm not going to go into all the horrible stories. But at nighttime, the buzzer goes off. Beep, 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 beep. It never goes for an hour. And you don't want people mad at you because they are in control of your life. And you tell them, hey, I didn't do anything to set the alarm off. She goes, oh no, it's your machine. It's a machine. Well, if the machine's beeping for them to come down and do something, why did they let me lay there for an hour listening to that beep, horrible loud beep? Oh man. And the food, oh God. I like Jell-O and I like Cheerios or cornflakes. And I even tried, before the bagel went too bad, a Panera bagel is a 10, the bagel at the hospital was a -3, horrible. Well, I didn't even need it. But cornflakes and milk, you can't go wrong. But I was eating that 3 times a day because everything they brought was horrible. So anyway, am I crying? Nah. And some other bad things, horrible, embarrassing things that happened to me. Nightmare. So anyway, it's 10 minutes and 31 seconds. I'm going to be positive now. I'm still standing. And the bottom line is, I'm not going to be negative. I always want to have a positive attitude. But I have been through hell and still alive. So I talked to people there, and I may be considering being a vegetarian. I mean, they say to me, people lie to you, it's horrible. The salt issue, and even drinking Coke, phosphate, and all this other crap. Yeah, I'll probably be working on it, because keep myself around for a little while. Okay, Big Al, no other big news here. Talk to y'all later. Bye.